Very good morning, dear children. Let us start our today's class with a prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Amen. Dear children, we are going to see the 19th lesson Movements in Animals. There are so many movements that happen in our bodies. Sit absolutely still and observe the movement taking place in your body. You must be blinking your eyes from time to time. There will be movement in your body as you breathe. Different part of your body move while you remain at the same place. There are different ways how animals move from place to place. Walking, crawling, flying and swimming. These are only few ways in which animals move from one place to another. Let us learn in detail how these movements take place. Movements and locomotion. Although both movement and locomotion sound similar in their meaning, there are few interesting differences between the two terms. What are the differences? Movement is generally defined as the act of changing the place or position by one or more part of the body. Movement helps to perform necessarily functions such as pumping of blood to different parts of the body in an organism. Movement can be both voluntary and involuntary. For example, walking is a voluntary movement while breathing is an involuntary movement. What is locomotion? The movement of an organism from one place to another is known as locomotion. Locomotion helps an organism to find food, avoid harsh weather conditions, escape from their predator, etc. Walking, running, and swimming are few examples for different types of locomotion. In this process, there is the action of appendages such as limbs, wings, flagella, and cilia. In most of the aquatic animals, such as fish, whales, and shark, the locomotion results from a series of wave-like muscle contraction. So, what is the movement? Movement in different animals. Let's see that. Movement is one of the significant feature of living being. This is the basic mechanism used in majority of the vertebrates including human. Animals exhibit a wide range of movement. In this part, let us study about movement in different animals. First, earthworm. The body of the earthworm is made up of many rings joined end to end. It has muscles which help to extend and shorten the body. Under its body, it has large number of bristles called seta, which are connected with muscles. These bristles help to get grip on the ground during movement. Next, we need to see about cockroaches. A cockroach has three pairs of joined legs which help it to walk, run, and climb. It also has two pairs of wings for flying. Large and strong muscles help in the movement of legs. The body is covered by chitin, a light protective material. Chitin is shed regularly so that the body can grow. Next, we are going to see about birds. We all know about birds. So, birds can walk on the ground and fly as well. Some birds can even swim in the water. A bird has streamlined body. Its bones are light and strong. They are hollow and have space between them. The lower portion of limb are modified as claws, which help them to walk and to perch. The breastbones are modified to hold massive flight muscles which help in the moving wings up and down. Birds have special flight muscles and the forelimbs are modified as wings. The wings and tails have long feathers which help in flying. Birds show two types of flight, gliding and flapping. During gliding, the bird has its wings and tail spread out. In this movement, the bird uses air current for going up and down. Flapping is an active flight. The bird beats the air by flapping its wings. They use flight feathers for this purpose. Next, we need to see about snake. The body of snakes consists of a large number of vertebrae. The adjoining vertebrae, ribs and skin are inner connected with slender body muscle. When the snake moves, it makes many loops on its side. The forward push of the loops against the surface makes the snake move forward. Movement of snake is called slithering movement. Many snakes can swim in water also. Fish. Fish swims with the help of fins. They have two paired fins and an unpaired fin. The body of a fish is streamlined to reduce friction while moving in water. They have strong muscles which help in swimming. When a fish swims, its front part curves to one side and the tail part stays in the opposite direction. In the next move, the front part curves to the opposite side and the tail part also changes its position to another side. So next we need to see about movements in human body. Human can move some part of their body in different direction. However, some body parts can be moved only in one direction. One body is made up of a framework of bones called skeleton, which helps in the movement of the body. Some of the movement in the body part of human are movement of eyelids, movement of the heart muscle, movement of teeth and jaw, movement of arms and legs, movements of head, movements of neck. Types of movements. There are three important types of movements. One is amoeboid movement. It is brought about by pseudopodia, which move with the movement. I repeat with amoeboid movement. It is brought about by pseudopodia, which move with movement of protoplasm within a cell. Next, ciliary movement. This movement is brought about by cilia, which are the hair-like extension of the epithelium. Next, muscular movement. It is a more complex movement which is brought about by the musculoskeletal system. This type of movement is seen in the higher vertebrates. For that, we need to understand the joints, skeleton and types of muscles. First, let's know about joint. The point at which two separate bones met is called a joint. Joint can be of three types: fixed, slightly movable and movable joint. First is fixed or immovable joint. In this type of joint, no movement is possible between the two bones. The bones of the skull box are an example of immovable joints. Slightly movable joints. Here only very little movement occurs between the two bones. The joint between a rib and the breastbone or between vertebrae is the example for slightly movable joint. Next, freely movable joints. In this type, varying degree of movements is possible between the two bones forming the joint. There are 6 major type of movable joints. They are given in the table. You can go through the table. Next, we are going to see about synovial joints. These are the most flexible type of joint between bones because the bones are not physically connected and can move more freely in relation to each other. Synovial joints have 4 main distinguished features. They are shown in the table. You can go through the table to understand it very well. Next, we need to see about skeleton system. The skeleton system provides the hard structure of framework to the body, human body, which supports and protects the body. On the basis of the presence in the body, skeleton is of 2 types. One is exoskeleton, another one is endoskeleton. First, what is exoskeleton? It is a skeleton that is found on the exterior layer of the body and is basically originates from embryonic ectoderm or mesoderm. Like scales in the fishes, outer hard layer of the tortoise, and feathers of the birds, it protects and preserves the inner organs. Endoskeleton, it is a skeleton that is found inside the human body and it originates from the mesoderm. These are found in almost all vertebrates and form the main body structure. Next, we shall see function of skeleton. It provides structure and shape to the body. It supports and surrounds the internal organs of the body. Calcium and phosphorus, the 2 minerals that the body needs for important regularity functions, are stored inside the bones. Red blood cells are produced in the bone marrow. The bone of the skeletal system acts as levers for muscular action. Next, we need to see about constituents of skeleton. Human skeleton consists of bones, cartilages, and ligaments. Bones comprise the hard framework of the body. Cartilages are the supporting and connecting structure. Ligaments bind the bones together. There are different types of bones in human skeleton system: long bone, short bone, flat bone, and irregular bone, and their positions are given detailedly in your text. You can go through it. Next, we need to see about parts of skeleton. The skeletal system is composed of bones and the related structure that aid body movement. It is divided into two major parts: the axial skeleton and the appendicular skeleton. Axial skeleton. The axial skeleton consists of the skull, facial bone, sternum, ribs, and vertebral column. Skull is a hard structure made up of small bones. It is formed by 22 bones, out of which 8 bones are fixed together. 14 bones fuse to form the face. The only bone which has movable joint is the lower jaw. Next, vertebral column. Vertebral column running at the back of the body is also called a spine or the backbone. Vertebral column runs from the base of the skull to the hip bone, forming a tube. Spinal cord passes through this hollow tube. So what are the functions of vertebral column that are given in your textbook? Very important question. It protects the spinal cord. It supports the head. It serves as an attachment for the ribs. It provides support and place of attachment for the pectoral and pelvic girdle. It provides movement for the human skeleton. It helps in walking and standing erect with correct posture. Next, sternum or rib cage. Rib cage occupies the chest region. It is a cone-shaped structure made up of 12 pairs of ribs. Rib cage protects the underlying lungs, heart, and some part of liver. Appendicular skeleton system can be subdivided into shoulder bone or pelvic bone, arm bone, and leg bone. You can go through it easily and you can understand them. Next, we need to see about muscles. The muscles in the body provides the means of all the movement. They cover the skeletal framework and also give shape to the body. Muscles help to maintain body posture while sitting, standing, or walking. Most muscles are long bundles of contractile tissues. Muscles can only contract and relax, they cannot lengthen. What are the types of muscles that we have to know? Skeletal muscle or voluntary muscle, smooth muscle or involuntary muscle. Next one is cardiac muscle. So, the types of muscles, their location characteristics are given in the table. You can go through it. For many works, coordination of muscles is very much important. Most action in our body like standing, walking, running, playing tennis, etc. require combined action of several muscles. To a great extent, the muscle have to be coordinated for a particular kind of movement. So the coordination takes place in various ways. So I hope you all understand the lesson. Up to this I finish my lessons. All the best. Study well. Thank you, girls.